what's up guys? My name is Zach and I'm bringing you a new review. It's not for a movie this week though. It's for a new Netflix series that just came out that a lot of people have been buzzing about. Yeah, it's Stranger Things. You know, I didn't really even know what this movie was or what the show was about when it first came up, and I was like, oh, it looks pretty cool, but I never got into it. And then I started seeing people buzz about it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna check this out. It's only 8 episodes. I can get through that really fast. Started it 2 days ago, and I just finished it right before this video. So let me talk about this. I've got my thoughts. I've got everything. This is no spoilers, though. I'm not saying any spoilers, so I'm gonna try my best not to spoil anything. I just gonna talk about the performances, why you should watch this, and what it's really much about, without really spoiling much. If that makes sense. So Stranger Things is pretty much about a group of kids in the small town, Hawkins, Indiana, and pretty much it's about these 4 kids, and you know they're nerds, they're the outcasts of the schools, and what happens to one of the kids? One of the kids goes missing, and the mom starts freaking out, and there's a bunch of strange things happening, you know. And everything that goes around that is just creepy. At first, when I first started, I was like, I'm liking the vibe, I'm liking the music it goes with it. Kind of reminds me of something from Neon Demon, or very much of Neon Demon, actually. And it's very much like Goonies mixed with E.T. had a kid, and then they also mixed with Super 8. I think what this show did is what Super 8 was trying to accomplish. As much as I really like Super 8, I do think Stranger Things is a better overall series, and I think Super 8 probably would have made a better overall series. But Stranger Things is so crazy, and I really, really liked it. I actually loved it. And I cannot wait to see where the series goes. I hope it does get renewed. From what I'm hearing, it will be. And that they already have plans for a second season. Now, where do I start? With the performances first. Everyone is incredible in this. The child performances at first, I was like, there's like 2 kids in it that are only in a couple episodes that I just did not like at all. I think what they were there for was just outrageous and just dumb. They were just stupid. They were the bullies and just didn't need to be in there. I thought the performances were kind of stupid, but the main 3 kids that are in the series are fantastic, especially Dustin. Dustin's my favorite, but all the comments they make a lot of throwbacks to some of the movies in the 80s and the 70s and whatnot. You know, you have throwbacks to Evil Dead, The Thing. You even have some throwbacks to Star Wars, and those are the ones that made me. They make a Lando joke, and it was so funny. You know, you have the officer, the deputy, Hopper, and at first I was like not kind of feeling him. I was like, oh, he's just gonna be this dick, and his character arc stunned me. He's one of my favorite performances, and the greatest thing about Stranger Things is that there's those shows where you have those subplots where they're kind of like, go back to the other character, or go back. There's always that one subplot character line that you're just like, go to the next one. I'm not really interested in this. Game of Thrones has it. Chuck had it. Breaking Bad had it. I think almost every show's almost had this. Stranger Things has that. But none of the characters I actually felt like that. I've always wanted where it would cut from one character and go to the next one. I'd be like, wait, go back, go back, go back. But then I get invested in what these kids are doing and then what these characters are doing. And I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? You know, you have flashbacks going back to what happened to this one person and all this crazy stuff. And it just kept me so interested. Now, my only thing is, where do you go from now? Yes, there are some questions they left open, but where do you go from here? Where does the story go? They showed a lot of strange things, and I don't know exactly where you can go, because they did say that the season 2 will have everyone returning. So it's not like an American Horror Story where you do one season and then another one, and it's the same cast, but they're playing different characters. No, they said it'll be set after it. And that is insane to me to think, where are they gonna go? They said it's gonna be very much darker, and I'm excited to see where they go. I just hope they can match the first season, because the first season to me, with only a few complaints, everything is fantastic. I think the couple things in it is that the CGI for some things in it, I'm not going to spoil what it is, but it didn't look as realistic sometimes, and I think some of the camera editing and stuff kind of cut them away from having to use so much CGI, but as they were using it, it did look a little fake to me, what they were trying to use CGI for. But the landscaping, the world that they created, and it was cool how the Duffer Brothers directed and created this. They also made this thing where they don't back themselves into a corner. There's certain element that it doesn't back them into corners. They can do different things with it and kind of change if they are like, yeah, let's change that, or let's change that. You know, there's so many possibilities for this to go to, and the ending of the series, the music, everything is great. The performances, especially when Yona Ryder as the worried mother, she is fantastic in this. Like I said, almost everyone in this was just great. Jonathan Byers, I have to give a shout out to that guy. He did a fantastic job as well. Nancy, the older sister, she surprised me. At first I was like, please. But like I said, each character, their arc extended, and it made me like them. Even some of the dick characters I didn't like in the beginning, or even up to episode 6. There's only 8 episodes. Up to episode 6, there were some characters I was like, please go away. But I liked them by the end of the episode, except those 2 bullies. Other than that, Stranger Things is a fantastic series. This is one of the best series I've watched, one of the best shows I've watched in a while. It has a bunch of old classic throwbacks to E.T., Goonies. It gives you that same vibe. The soundtrack is amazing. It is one of those movies that I think, or shows that everyone should give a shout out to. It really is a love letter to that genre. And it's a love letter to Spielberg, and it's a love letter to all that. If you are even a fan of all that, go and watch this. Give it a shot. If you're not, I would still even say give it a shot. It has much of a thriller, a horror, and a kid adventure all in one, but it's very mature at the same time. There is some blood, so if you do have some kids going on, and you're like, oh, I'm kind of looking for an adventure show, just know there are some blood and some cussing and whatnot, but there is no nudity, there is no nothing like that. It is very fun and adventurous, and I think if this was a movie, this would be probably today's Goonies or E.T. It is fantastic. There's not a single moment where I was bored. The first 8 minutes I was so hooked. What am I going to give this? I'm going to give it an A. This is one of my favorite series I've watched in so long. I didn't know I was going to get this hooked to it. I really recommend this, guys. Please go and give Stranger Things a try. Other than that, guys, look out for more reviews very soon. I hope to be getting them out to you very soon. Have a great rest of your guys' day.